Can you earn enough from your music?
Yes, I can, but it is just barely possible at the moment, because I'm like on the lower edge of that it became possible to live from my music, but I'm not getting rich with it, that's for sure. And it is really, at the moment it is like that every day when I see that I sold one album, I am really, really happy, because every single album sale helps me a lot. It's, just $7. I'm really happy for every album sale that I get, because yeah, every single sale really helps. So yes, it is possible, but it is hard, and I really, really hope that it will become more, because I plan to do this for the rest of my life, so I hope that it will grow.
Since you made numerous Celtic and pagan scores, would you consider making a concept album about different legends or histories?
Since I really love all those topics about gods and mythology and the old times and all that, I would love to do it, but I simply don't have time for it at the moment, and maybe I never will have, because I always overload myself with work. Seriously, it's chronic disease, not chronic, right? I am working right now on 5 albums at the same time, and on my script for the book that I want to write, and I'm working on 4 languages. And, with all that going on, I'm already like booked out for the whole year 2013 with those projects, so yeah, I would love to do it, but I will probably not.
Where do you see yourself and Karina in life in future?
That answer leads me back to a previous answer, because we come back to the place by the lake, the little house by the lake. I would love if we could live in a place like that, and a place where we can just do our art in peace and without any disturbance. And yeah, it would also be a very beautiful place to raise a child, and yeah, I really wish for that.
Is there any kinds of inspirational food that you eat before composing your pieces?
No.
What was the hardest song for you to write and why?
There are a few, for different reasons. Actually, one song that is coming up now, which I am not really done yet with, I will not say the name of it, but then you won't know which one I meant. Anyway, it doesn't matter. It's just a song that I wrote for a picture that Karina made, and that picture looks so beautiful that I don't feel good enough to write the music for that picture, and that makes it very hard to compose the song, obviously. So that one. Then, for example, Prophecy was very complicated to make, in a technical way of speaking. Lots of instruments, lots of layers, lots of like rhythm stuff and progressions, and lots of parts, lots of mood changes, and it was very complicated. It really took a lot of time to do it, and Also, one song that was really hard is Innocence again. That song was really hard because that song has such a deep meaning. I had to be sure to put everything in the right place, you know. It is a story, and for each part of the story I really had to do the right melody and the right mood and the right progression and everything. And also the start of the song is of course me whispering, and it also took me a lot of time to write that poem that I am whispering, that I spoke in my own language. So it took a lot of time to write that poem in my own language, you know, and just those things take lots of effort and take lots of thought. So yeah, those 3 songs are maybe the most difficult ones I ever did.
Have you ever thought about doing electronic music?
Definitely, yes, but not really like techno. Not a big fan of that, but electronic music in the way of movie scores. Movie scores can be electronic too, with synthesizers and, you know, artificial drums and everything, and I like that. I don't have any experience in that kind of music, but I would love the challenge, and I would love to see how it would sound if I do that. Because obviously I don't know. I don't know yet how it would sound if I would do that kind of music. So yes, I would love to do it. I will most probably do it. But it will never become like one of the main music genres that I will make.
Tell us about your gear.
My gear is actually incredibly crappy because I have a very old keyboard from, I don't even know the brand, to be honest. Very old keyboard. It's 15 years old, I think, but I compose on this keyboard, but when I made the melody, I produce that melody with better instrument sounds in a PC program which is called Magic's Music Maker. And but for everybody who now wants to get that program, I would suggest getting Cubase instead if you have a great knowledge of computer programs, because Cubase can do a lot more things than Magic's. I'm only using Magic's because I suck at computer programs. Yeah. So I use this keyboard, this really old keyboard, which doesn't matter, you can use any keyboard, even the crappiest one. You just need something where you are able to play a melody and remember the keys that you pressed, and then you can transfer everything to the music program, and there you can download better instruments, you know, and then you make the same melody with the other instruments in the PC, in the MIDI editor. And I will put links in the description of this video as for the music program. So yeah, that's what I use. It's really not that impressive.
Where do you exactly live?
Well, I live in Switzerland, in the Alemannic part of Switzerland. We speak Swiss German here, because Switzerland also has French part and an Italian part. But I will not reveal my exact location. Yeah, I just come from Switzerland, where we speak Swiss German.
what do you do for a living?
Well, music is what I do for a living now, which is incredible if I think about it, because 3 years ago I would have never expected for that to become possible. So yeah, I am professionally writing music now. Yeah.
What kind of job are you educated for?
I am not educated to do anything. I don't have job education. I'm 23 and I will not go into details, but I didn't have the best teenage years, and which is another reason for why I'm really incredibly thankful that this works, that this works now. So thankful for that it happened. And so yeah, I am not educated for any other job.
How do you and Karina work together without wanting to harm each other? I'm sure there are conflicts now and then.
We actually don't have fights because of that, because we have like a general understanding of how we do it, you know. She makes her picture and I make my music, and we are not interfering with each other's art, what we create, because we know that the other person knows exactly what he or she is doing, so there is no point in interfering and in suggesting like, can't you do it like this, or can't you do it more like this? There's no point in doing that. And so we don't have fights because of that, because we just do our own thing and it naturally melts together, into an artwork made from picture and music. And it works perfectly, really. Yeah, we don't have any problems with working together, which is incredible.
What are you thinking while you are composing a new song?
Yeah, as I said, I am thinking mostly about stories that I have inside my head, because mostly I have the story first in my head and then I compose the music for it. It's not the other way around, that I start making some melody and then I think about what could it mean. So it's mostly the other way around, that I have a story in my head. If the songs are made for Karina, then of course I'm thinking about her. So, that's obvious, I think. So yeah, if the songs are for Karina, then I just think about her. If the songs are about something else, then I have a story in my head. Yeah.
What is your favorite song composed by you?
I am not really caring a lot about my own music, because I don't feel that I'm good enough. So I'm not listening to my own music a lot, and I am generally having problems being proud of a song that I did, But if there would be like some favorites that I really think those have gotten out quite well, then it would be probably Spring Charm. I really enjoy listening to Spring Charm. Even in Death, I like that one a lot as well. And an upcoming film music that I am working on right now, but until now I'm actually pretty proud of that, because it is incredibly difficult and incredibly with a lot of depth, and yeah, it's really hard to do and a lot of fun to do, and yeah, it's a huge project, so when that will be done, I will have something to be proud of, I guess.
Will you ever be doing a tour?
I don't think so. I am almost certain that I won't, because I am not a live musician. I'm not made for that. I don't feel comfortable at all playing in front of other people, and I would hate it, to be honest. I don't want to do that. I want to have my peace and solitude, and that doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that I'm not. It doesn't mean that I have anything against people. It is just that I'm not good at communicating with them, and I have an inferiority complex, and I don't like it when people look at me, and which is another reason why it's very hard for me to do this video, by the way. I don't like that. It makes me feel very uncomfortable, and yeah, I'm not made for those things. Certainly not. And also, a lot of my music is not really possible to play live. I mean, how do you play songs like Sacrament of Tears with, let's say, a band of 5 people? It's not possible. You need an orchestra for that. So that tour would be a concert tour in an opera hall with an orchestra playing. And even if I would really want to do it, it would need thousands and thousands of dollars to even make it possible, maybe even millions, I don't know. It just goes completely beyond my possibilities, so I don't think that will ever happen.
This one is for me again. Karina, can you sing? Trust me, you wouldn't want to hear me sing. My voice is truly horrible. In fact, you can hear it right now. So I'm doing the world a favor, and I'm not even trying to sing. Yeah. Do you speak other languages other than English and German?
Not many languages. I absolutely adore languages in general. I am a language geek. I love languages. I love linguistics. I love etymology as a subject. That's why I create my own languages, because I adore it. I can speak English a bit, German, Swiss German. Lots of people think Swiss German is just like German, but it is absolutely not, because if you ask German people, most of them are really not able to understand anything that a Swiss person says. It is a huge difference. I just wanted to point that out. Anyways, Swiss German, German, English, a bit of French and Romanian. Romanian because of the fact that Karina is Romanian. And it is a very interesting and beautiful language. And yeah, and I can speak a tiny little bit in my own languages, but not really well, so I won't try it.
How much time does it take for you to make a song in average, from thinking about the concept to finishing the file?
That really depends a lot. It varies a lot because there are songs which I have the idea and 30 minutes later it's done. For example, songs like Gaelic Earth. It was just a little tune, It was so easy to make. And there are other songs which I sit on them for 6 months. Of course with breaks and with working on other projects as well, but they are not finished for 6 months or so. And they kind of get annoying for me because I want to finish them and just something doesn't work, you know. One example is Stand as One. That song took me, I think, 7 months from the beginning until I had it finally done, because I couldn't figure out how to do it for such a long time. So yeah, it varies a lot, but on average I would say it takes about 2 or 3 days. Yeah. In working time, it takes me maybe like 5 to 10 hours to make the song.